see anyone? No. The f was that?
Venturing into the woods alone at night can be terrifying. But what happens when you encounter someone or something you'd rather never meet? Tonight, we're diving into the 6 most disturbing camping encounters ever recorded. These clips will make you think twice about ever stepping into the woods alone again. Let's delve straight into this first disturbing encounter. These are Gabe and Riley, 2 adventurous souls behind the YouTube channel Weekend Mish. Their videos are filled with bold expeditions, wild camping, and awe-inspiring landscapes, all shared in the hopes of encouraging others to get outside and make the most of life. Usually their content is uplifting, fun, and packed with unforgettable moments. But as every true adventurer knows, not every journey goes according to plan. In this particular video, their adventure takes an unexpected and serious turn. It's April 2nd, 2025. Gabe and Riley, joined by Gabe's brother Finn and a friend, also named Finn, are well into a 12 to 14-day expedition across the breathtaking but unforgiving terrain of New Zealand's Southern Alps. Spirits are high. The scenery is beyond beautiful. For the past 8 days, they've experienced some of the most stunning landscapes imaginable, encountering wildlife, hiking through remote trails, and pitching their tents in places many can only dream of. But as they set out on day 9 of their journey, unaware of what's coming, the tone of their expedition is about to shift drastically. The skies are clear, and the day begins just like the others. But out in nature, things can change fast, and what was shaping up to be another perfect day in nature would soon turn into one of their most dangerous challenges yet.
I would roll that over to me upset, yes.
Just before we leave, the boys are having a wash, and the tarn next to camp conveniently is big enough to fully swim in.
About a 4.5 hour push to our next campsite, which isn't too bad, but we do have a bit of vert in there and a cool mountain pass.
We're about to get really high and probably do the most significant mountain pass of the trip, and then we're into some awesome bloody hunting country this evening. First though, we have to descend down here, which is very steep.
You may not look it,
down there. That is a cliff.
There's a big cliff. Finn is now climbing down a vertical cliff.
I love it. You'll be right, mate. So what lays ahead is completely unknown to us. Unfortunately, we can only see maybe about 25 meters up, which is making this a lot more challenging. Hopefully with the right kit and the right attitude, we can get up the top.
And this is for our mums watching. Skip this part. You're not going to want to watch this part.
Sorry, Mum.
This is our route in between these 2 mega death walls.
So Finn, my brother's just climbed up there and given us a wee call that he reckons this route is a go.
Now, things were about to get serious. The terrain became far more treacherous, with steep drops, loose rock, and paths where just one wrong step could lead to a life-threatening injury. Every move had to be calculated, every step taken with caution. But as you can see, the guys stayed calm and kept their spirits up. After all, part of the reason they embarked on this journey was to push their limits, to chase the thrill that only comes from stepping into the unknown. Still, this moment marked a turning point. Because let's be honest, this clip wouldn't be featured in a CreepyVids episode if everything went exactly according to plan.
Oh, there was a sack. I saw one.
Sack?
Yep. Yeah, just nothing like it. We've kind of got through a couple of the steeper sections in the bottom. Now it's not bad through the middle here, and we suspect it gets much worse at the top. We still need to get way up in there. Do you want me to grab your pole?
It's a huge jug. The old rock climbing skills coming back. Woo. Nice. As we descend is not technical, but high risk. You go down there? Bye-bye.
If that doesn't get the tootsies tingling, I don't know what does.
We're just coming to the last bit of the climb now. It's looking pretty gnarly, but good. Get up here for once and all, because I do not want to be looking at this drop anymore.
Serious sense of accomplishment. Pretty cool knowing that potentially no one we know and no one we've heard of has done this pass, and to tick it off on a hunt's pretty awesome. So
that's the drop, and I did it on Mondays again. Oh yeah, baby. Woo. Well, we're over the pass and all our clag is starting to clear up, and we're getting to see some pretty epic views, you know. This stuff is just unreal country to be in. So happy to be here. You're going to get cheese grated to end up in that lake.
you can see Finn is here. Yup! Yup! You can see Finn is here. We're needing to get up here. Currently, we don't think we need to set up a lead climb. However, that may change. We've come from up there earlier. We're certainly not going that way. But we are going that way. Oh, that way. All right, guys, so what's happened here is a really, really valuable lesson for all. Brad?
It sucks. We've just gone to do this climb before dark. And I've just pulled a big rock in my leg, and there's a very, I'm sorry, I'm in a lot of pain. There's a very big cut in my leg.
You'll be right, mate.
You can shot if you'd like. Oh, yeah.
So our lives are not in danger, but it's a bad wound, and that's just the reality of the situation. So yeah, I suppose we'll.
This fucking sucks.
Yeah, this sucks.
There's a photo of this wound we can show you later, but this is brutal. Oh my man. What's the?
Good on you, mate. Right, so there's been a rock fall up here, and Riley's gone down. And for those of you who ever might find yourself in this position, and those of you who definitely don't want to be in this position, we're going to do our best to document this entire process. So what we've done here is Finn's called emergency services. We've pulled our EPIRB and both inReaches, and we've also texted our close family. We're going to let them know that Riley's going to be okay in terms of his leg health and his physical health.
That's when things took a frightening turn. Riley was seriously injured. It quickly became clear he wouldn't be able to walk any further in his condition. Stranded deep in the unforgiving terrain of the Southern Alps, the group realized they had no other choice but to call for help. They contacted emergency services and gave them their coordinates, hoping a rescue helicopter could reach them in time. But surrounded by mountains, far from civilization, and with daylight fading fast, all they could do now was wait and hope.
However, we do need pretty urgent pickup because there is absolutely no way we're going to be able to walk out of here. Yeah, we've got Finn currently scoping out a campsite down there. We don't want to push up to this ridge. We know we can do it, but there's a few unknowns about it, so ideally we can camp down below us. It's 1 hour since the accident. We have successfully contacted all emergency services and family. How are you going, mate?
I'm going good. Pain was pretty high, but very bearable. Quite comfy here. Got my warm layers on. But yeah, hopefully the chopper can come tonight. Otherwise, it's going to be a sucky night sleeping in the tent tonight. But no, we're sweet as. All good.
So we've just had word that the helicopter may be inbound in 30 minutes, and otherwise it's going to be, we're all staying here tonight. Now, with these rescue services, it's often the person who's gone down is going to go out, and the remaining parties need to continue on their original route out of there. So that is the most likely outcome of this. However, if it is easy for emergency services, we may end up getting out of here in a helicopter as well. Otherwise, we'll continue our walk out. But yeah, how are you going now?
Mate, I'm good. The boys have been helping me. I'm bloody stoked. I'm glad it didn't snap my leg. I felt my bone bend, which isn't a great thing to feel.
We've got a tourniquet. We've got a bit of a strip covering the wound there, and it's a beautiful location out here, actually, Raz.
It's a bloody stunning location, mate. I'm stoked. Stoked to be here.
Good on you, big fella.
So the boys are doing loads from the site of the accident, which is up where that headlight is,
and staying here communicating with Riley, seeing how he's going.
Going good.
Right now the request is for a puffer to warm up these legs. We can't point our headlights straight up at the helicopter, otherwise that'll kind of interfere with their business, so we're just waiting to be found now, and hopefully we get home safe.
There it is. Right.
This is about an hour and a half after injury, and we've had an incredibly fast emergency response. Riley's doing okay, and he's going to get out of here tonight. The rest of us are going to have to stay in, and we're going to walk out of here, which is all good. It's time to get Raz out of here. For a place to land at the moment. We're really hoping that the plateau we're on is flat enough to get Riley out of here. Out of here. Woo. Holy shit, boys. And spicy. 3 remain. How spicy. Woo. Oh.
This was truly a once-in-a-lifetime experience, one the boys will never forget. Fortunately, Riley was safely rescued by helicopter and taken to get the medical attention he needed. The following day, the rest of the group made the difficult decision to carry on without him, continuing the journey they had all worked so hard for. This intense moment stands as a powerful reminder of how preparation, teamwork, and the right gear can mean the difference between disaster and a safe return. Thanks to multiple emergency beacons, smart decision-making, like avoiding the unknown ridge and staying calm under pressure, Riley was kept safe, fed, and in good spirits until help arrived. Sometimes the wilderness tests you in ways you'd never expect, and this group proved they were ready to meet that challenge head-on. If you found this clip terrifying already, brace yourself for what's coming next. Things are about to take an even darker turn. Hey everyone, we honestly can't thank you enough. We're beyond excited to announce that we've officially hit 150,000 subscribers. It's all thanks to you. This incredible community makes it all possible. As promised, we're thrilled to reveal the 5 lucky winners who get to choose one of the awesome products below. A limited edition CreepyVids shirt, featuring the iconic CreepyVids logo on the front, bold CreepyVids text on the back, and a subtle 150K milestone tag on the sleeve, making it a true collector's item. If you see your name, just send your pic to creepyvidsco@gmail.com to claim your prize. And if you didn't win this time, don't worry. The 200K giveaway is already in the works, and it's going to be even bigger. Now let's jump into the video. Epping Forest is known as the most haunted forest in the UK, a place where the shadows whisper and the air is thick with mystery.
Renowned as one of the most haunted forests in the UK, but from personal experiences, I would say one of the most haunted in the world. They've had everything here. Almost 1,000 bodies have been found over the last couple hundred years. Devil worship, satanic rituals, satanic sacrifices. It's had it all, including Burke and Hurd, the body snatchers. They dumped loads of torsos and legs and stuff inside the forest.
It's a place most would avoid after dark. But tonight, that's exactly where we're headed. Tonight, Dan, from the channel Exploring with Fighters, is venturing into these haunted woods. He's not alone. His good friend James is joining him on what's about to become an unforgettable experience.
Is this truly the cursed body of water that's so famous of Epping Forest?
At first, the night seems peaceful. They set up camp by the cursed water, gather firewood, and settle around the fire, telling stories and enjoying the calm of the evening. But as the night deepens, so does the tension. They decide to explore the forest, setting up a spirit box in hopes of making contact with the paranormal. For a while, it seems like the night will remain quiet, until they spot a strange light in the distance.
That's into the forest. Unless there's someone out with a torch.
I can't see it now.
Now, unless something happened on the audio, apart from there was a light back there, but it could be someone with a torch walking around. They could be walking their dogs. Some people come out at 5 o'clock in the morning, they're crazy. If you're one of them crazy people, let me know. But yeah, if there's nothing happened on the audio, then nothing technically happened.
As they prepare to call it a night, the atmosphere shifts, and then it happens.
But for some reason, it's just not responding. So I'm trying to update it. What's that? Shh. Fucking hell. Oh my handle on this.
God. Don't know. Sounds like someone walking around.
Footsteps begin to circle their tents. Someone, or something, is out there. Could it be the person they saw with the flashlight earlier?
Why is the fire getting bigger? Don't know. What?
What's that shadow? Is that you? Oh my.
Stop.
You can't see it on this camera, there's a shadow. Look at that. Anything?
No. Pass me camera. Come out with me. Come out. Wait. You see anyone?
No.
The fuck was that? Bro, you said you saw a shadow?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
The tent though in the fire.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Positive?
100%.
Because I tell you what, that fire was getting bigger, right? Hold on, I'm freaking out. Right, what did I hear first? I heard a woman. There was a woman first.
The noises grow louder, more insistent, but when they step outside to investigate, they find nothing.
Fucking hell. That scared the shit out of me, you know.
They set up equipment to capture any activity outside, but then they hear something chilling.
Is that recording? Did you just hear that?
cameras over there. That camera's recording. Dan, if you're watching this, right, as you're over at your car, I'm setting up to do a quick thumbnail, and I swear to God, right, there was a woman's voice.
A woman's voice, echoing through the trees, but the source remains unseen. Deciding they've faced enough for one night, they retreat to their tents, and the forest finally falls silent. The next morning, they pack up and leave, the mysteries of Epping Forest still haunting their thoughts. Who or what was out there with them? Were they truly alone, or were the spirits of the forest watching? We may never know. It's creepy to realize that sometimes humans can be your biggest danger, not even ghosts or animals. But now, let's move on to something even more disturbing. In this next disturbing video that comes from the Brazilian YouTube channel Caçadores das Sombras, owned by Luca and Yuri, who dive headfirst into the eerie unknown, exploring haunted sites and uncovering dark legends that blur the line between the living and the dead. No location is too terrifying, no legend too twisted, and their videos keep pushing boundaries, one chilling encounter at a time. In this particular video, Jordy, a close friend of the duo, takes on a solo challenge, spending the entire night inside a long-abandoned house said to be haunted, and what starts as a thrilling dare quickly spirals into something far more unsettling. It's April 20th, 2025. The house is rigged with cameras, ready to capture any unexplainable event. But as Jordy arrives and sets up his sleeping area, everything seems calm, apart from the heavy, eerie silence that fills every corner of the crumbling building. But when the night deepens and he finally climbs into bed, that's when the energy shifts. At first, Jordy remained unaware that one of the heavy doors had slowly creaked open on its own, perhaps for the better. The cameras caught it, but he didn't notice. Not yet. But this was just the beginning, and he was soon going to find out that this house was not just like any other building. Of course, the loud banging on the door jolted Jordy awake. Disoriented and tense, he quickly got up to investigate where the sound was coming from. But by the time he reached the hallway, the banging had already stopped. Confused and on edge, Jordy searched in and around the abandoned house, hoping to catch a glimpse of whatever might have caused the noise. But there was no one. The silence that followed felt heavier than before, as if the house itself was holding its breath. He considered the possibility that it might have just been the wind. But without being able to check the cameras yet, he had no answers, only questions. So he returned to his small setup, adrenaline still pumping through his body, and made himself a cup of tea, trying to calm his nerves. Eventually, after hours of restlessness and constant alertness, exhaustion took over. Geordie gave in and laid back down, hoping to sleep off the fear. And surprisingly, the rest of the night passed with only a few unsettling noises from outside. Sounds that Geordie, in his half-sleeping state, convinced himself were just animals. When morning finally broke, a wave of relief washed over him. He had made it. But his mind couldn't let go of one thing. What exactly had caused that loud banging sound? Later, reviewing the footage, it became clear. The camera had captured it. A door swinging open and slamming shut violently on its own, with no visible cause. So what really happened in that house? Was it just the wind? Or was it something far beyond our understanding? Something not meant to be seen? You decide. And as we're left to ponder this eerie mystery, let's dive straight into the next one. An encounter just as chilling, and one that might leave you equally baffled. This horrifying clip, shared on October 3rd, 2024 by the TikTok account WV Paranormal, shows truly unexplainable footage captured by a security camera outside a holiday home somewhere in the United States. According to the video, the camera only activates when it detects motion. And when it does, the homeowner receives a notification straight to their phone. But when the owner checked the footage the next morning, nothing could have prepared him for what he was about to see. What showed up on that recording left him completely shocked and deeply disturbed. At first, it's easy to miss, but if you look closely, you can make out a strange, oddly built figure moving along the edge of the property. Its shape is unnatural, its movement unsettling. There's little context given in the clip, but one thing is clear. The homeowner was completely shaken after seeing what had been lurking near his beloved holiday home while he slept. He shared the footage online, hoping someone could explain what he had captured. But so far, no answers have surfaced. The mystery remains unsolved to this day. So what do you think was wandering just outside that home? A camera glitch? A person in costume? Or could it have been something far more disturbing? Something we as humans still don't understand? Let me know in the comments, if you dare. Now, let's dive into the next clip, where once again, someone's camping trip turns into an unforgettable experience. This next camping encounter comes from the YouTube channel The Bell Explorers. The Bells are a family fueled by curiosity and a love for adventure. Whether it's exploring eerie abandoned buildings or camping in unusual places, they're always chasing the next thrill and sharing it with their growing online community. But in this video, things are a little different. One of the family members, Joe, decides to take on his first ever solo camp, and he's chosen a location that's unsettling even by their standards. Dungeness, a desolate headland on the coast of Kent, England. Known for its haunting, barren landscapes and decaying remnants of the past, Dungeness already has a strange energy, and Joe's solo mission happens to fall on the night of October 31st, 2024, Halloween. Joe admits he's feeling a little uneasy, but he's also excited to take on the challenge. With high hopes and a positive mindset, he arrives at the remote coastline, the wind already howling across the shingle plains. The first thing on his list is finding a secluded spot to set up camp. As the sun begins to lower over the bleak yet mesmerizing landscape, Joe works quickly to pitch his tent and get settled.
I think we're going to head off this way. There's a lot of creepy crawlies and bugs down here, which isn't very nice. Right guys, that's the tent all pitched up, ready to go. How exciting. It's only an old tent I'd laying around, but it does me okay. So nice and quick and easy.
With his sleeping spot ready and everything set up, Joe settles in for the evening. As the sky turns gold and then fades to gray, he passes the time by sharing a few stories with the camera. Some lighthearted, others a bit spooky, just to match the Halloween vibe. So far, everything is going according to plan. Though there's a lingering unease about being completely alone in such a strange and isolated place, Joe keeps his spirits up. He reminds himself that fear is just part of the adventure, and that facing it is exactly why he took on this solo trip in the first place. But as the last bit of daylight disappears, and the world around him is swallowed by darkness, that sense of isolation becomes heavier. And just when Joe decides to call it a night and zip himself into his tent, the calm is broken. From this point on, things are only going to get stranger.
Right guys, we're in the tent. It's getting a bit creepy outside. I thought I heard a few noises here and there, but I'll just put it down to animals, I think, because you know, it's a bit nasty out there. So I think what I'm going to do is, I think I'm gonna because there's not a lot else I can do, I think I'm gonna get my head down, because it's now 11:30. So what was that? Did you hear that, guys? Noise. Sounded close to the tent.
Joe was already on edge, and the strange rustling sounds outside only made things worse. His heart pounded as he was trying to decide what to do. Eventually, feeling like he had no choice, he unzipped the tent and took a cautious look outside. But there was nothing there. No movement, no glowing eyes, not even a breeze rustling through the dry brush. Just the eerie quiet of Dungeness at night. Trying to stay rational, Joe reassured himself that it must have been an animal, maybe a fox or a rabbit, and that his own nerves were amplifying things. He climbed back into his tent, ears still tuned to every little sound. But eventually, sleep crept in and pulled him under. But the night wasn't done with him yet, because just when Joe finally slipped into a deep sleep, something jolted him awake. Joe was completely stunned by what had just happened. It took him a few moments to process it, his heart racing, his mind scrambling for answers. But when he finally built up the courage to peek outside the tent, the cold night air hit him. But the area was completely empty, not a single trace of movement, no footsteps, no voices, nothing. With no explanation and a deep sense of dread sinking in, Joe's instincts screamed that it was time to go. He trusted his gut, quickly gathered his most essential belongings, and left the rest behind, including the tent, planning to return for it in daylight when things felt less threatening. Eventually, Joe made it home safe, but the experience left him shaken to the core. His first solo camp had turned into something he'd never forget. Not for the views, not for the peace, but for the eerie fact that he wasn't truly alone that night. So what do you think happened out there? Was it just the wind? A prankster in the dark? Or something far stranger lurking in the stillness of Dungeness? Let us know what you believe, because Joe still doesn't have the answer. Whatever it was, it reminds us that sometimes the things we can't explain are the ones that stay with us forever. And with that, we head straight into the next disturbing camping encounter. That was also shared by the TikTok account WV Paranormal and reveals a chilling moment caught on camera during a family's vacation in the Appalachian region of the eastern United States. It's August 25th, 2023. A father and his young daughter decide to step away from their cozy holiday bungalow for a quiet afternoon walk in the nearby woods. The mood is light, the scenery stunning, and the father takes out his phone to record a short video for his wife, just to share a little piece of their peaceful escape. But what was meant to be a sweet moment quickly takes a strange turn, because as he's filming, his daughter suddenly points toward the trees, having spotted something that doesn't quite belong.
Hey Dad, what's over there?
Huh?
What's over there?
Where?
It's right there.
There's somebody over there. They ain't supposed to be in our woods. Who is that?
I don't know.
Do you see him?
Yeah. He's walking.
What is that?
No.
Man, we gotta... All right, hey, let's go up here and we'll turn around, all right?
The father does his best to stay calm, clearly trying not to alarm his daughter or reveal how serious and potentially dangerous the situation might be. But what the camera captures just behind the trees is hard to ignore. A towering humanoid figure with features that match countless eyewitness descriptions of the legendary Bigfoot, also known as Sasquatch, a creature said to roam the remote wilderness of North America. Unfortunately, no further footage or details have been shared, leaving viewers with more questions than answers. All we can do is hope that the father and daughter made it safely back to their vacation home without further incident. But the question remains, what exactly was caught lurking between those trees? Was it truly one of the most elusive cryptids in American folklore? Or just an elaborate prank by someone in costume, hoping to create a viral scare? Whatever the truth may be, one thing is certain. This family's relaxing nature getaway turned into a moment they, and now the rest of us, won't soon forget. So what do you think they saw in those woods? Now that was all for today, folks. If you enjoyed these horrifying clips, subscribe to our channel and click to see more on the video on screen.